Hey, YouTube, I appreciate you being here. If you have experience investing in the modern day autograph market, I can use your help. If you are profiting, making money in the autograph market, I could use your help. I appreciate the opportunity to just brain dump. I know some of you are probably trying to wrap your mind around this market as well. So maybe we can help each other come to some type of conclusions. But this is really going to be a brain dump video for me because it kind of helps me just get things out of my mind and get a game plan put together. Now, back in the day, when my brother and I had our card shop and we were going to the shows in the late 80s, early 90s, it was real simple. The autograph market was simple. Uh, you go to a show and they may have autograph guests, and we did a lot of shows in the Cincinnati area throughout Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. We had our card shop in Kentucky, and it was real simple. You never had a player autograph on a card. That was against the rules. It was a no-no. You just didn't have players autograph cards. So, we would do 8 by 10 photos, and then we had a plaque supplier that would supply us the nameplates. And I've got tons of these, and you either do a photo or an autograph ball. You can see down in the corner here, I'm pulling out some of my old autograph balls and just trying to wrap my mind around what autographs I have and trying to prepare and understand this market as it exists today a little bit more. But you can see back then, if I want to have a personalized in, uh, personalization of an autograph today, it costs an extra 30, 40, $50. Back in the day, we would buy the 8 by 10 for $3, $4, $5. Autographs were anywhere from $10 to $20, and we'd walk home with or get home with a personalized autograph on an 8 by 10 of a member of the Reds, which was our hometown team. It's changed, obviously. And I've got a lot of autos in my own personal collection, a lot of Reds, a lot of other players that I've collected over the years for my own personal collection. But I have questions about how do you make money? How do you create profit in the modern autograph market? And the reason is some of you saw the video about a year ago when we went back to the first card show I'd been to in years, 15 years or longer. And Ellie De La Cruz was there, and I wanted to get his autograph, and I had some ideas of what I wanted to do that I thought would be cool that people would want because I wanted it. I'll share that with you in a minute. And first time ever I'd seen this where you could actually get, pay. I don't know, it's maybe $50, $60, and you could have your picture taken with the players. Gunnar Henderson was there at this show, and a lot of other Reds players. Uh, and I had my picture taken with Ellie because I'm a huge Ellie fan. And it was an interesting experience. That show's coming back this year. I'm going. I'm prepared to spend 5 figures on autographs if I can make it work and make it profitable. Yes, I have several I'll add to my personal collection, but we're building a sports card business, and I understand the card market. We're doing extremely well in the card market, but I'm having a real problem wrapping my mind around sports cards. Just as a point of reference, some of you may have seen this video. It's on our YouTube channel. We actually bought 6 sets, complete sets for $50. We pulled, I think ended up sending about 35 or 40 cards in for grading. We made an absolute fortune on that purchase. And that's why I like going and buying sets at shows because it doesn't make sense to try to ship sets through the mail. But anyway, I digress. That show's coming back. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to put together a game plan for this particular show wrapped around the autograph market, and I need help. Now, here's the way I think, and if I'm missing something, please let me know in the comments. But the main reason I wanted to go to that show last year is this card right here. It's history. People will not forget this moment in time, especially Reds fans, when Ellie stole 3 bases in 1 inning and stole home. Reds fans aren't going to see it. If you're a baseball fan, you've seen the video clip many times. For me personally, for my personal collection, I would love to have this card autographed because it's a piece of history, and that's what we did. We had like 5 of these done, and I look at this market and I say, okay, I can go and I can buy 2024 Topps Tribute Baseball Iconic Perspective Ellie autograph. There's 50 of these for $1,800, almost $1,900. Or I could buy this card of him stealing home, hand signed, not pack pulled, did not come from a pack. I think the pop on this is like 3 or 4. And I would rather have this card. What am I missing? What am I missing? We've sold 1 or 2 of these. I have to check our inventory on this, but that's one thought process. So again, I'm going to be dumping my brain here for a minute. And the reason is this show's coming back and Eric Davis is going to be there, and a lot of Reds players, Ellie, TJ Friel, who's having a great year, should be on the All-Star team. A lot of players, any of these players, I don't have their autograph. I'm going to get it for my own personal collection. But again, how do I make money? And you can see it's not just Reds players. Bo's going to be there, Bo Jackson, Robin Yount, Frank Thomas, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm looking at this, and I recently bought a collection, and in that collection, it had this classic green Bo Jackson card. Cool card of Bo. He's got his Auburn uniform on and, swinging a baseball bat. You've probably seen this card. I've had it, bought it, and sold it many times over the years. So I just got this classic green in ungraded. It looks probably would grade out, I'm saying a 7 or an 8. If I got lucky, a 9. Those greens are as bad as the 71 black borders. The green border's bad. It's a chip. But I started looking at this because I'm trying to put my autograph order together. I'm going to, pre-order my autographs. And I thought, well, this would be a great card to have Bo sign. And I went and looked on eBay. I can buy autograph authenticated for about $300. Here's another one that actually sold. The card itself, a PSA 8, sold for $149. So I'm looking at this. The PSA 8 with the Bo Jackson autograph sold for $299.99. Just the card alone in a PSA 8 sold for $149.99. So the autograph adds $50 or $150 in value to that card. $150. Now, when I look, if I want to have my card that I have autographed at this show, it's going to cost me $153.50. I'm not even breaking even. And this is not Joe Blow. This is Bo Jackson. So how do you make money with these type of mathematics, this type of numbers going on? I really don't understand. So I'm just going to share with you a couple of other examples and just give you a quick brain dump. And again, I ask you, which would you rather have? Would you rather have this Johnny Bench number 22 of 25, modern day card, or a Johnny Bench rookie with the auto PSA 10 auto on it on his rookie card for $1,000 less? I feel like I'm missing something. I would much rather have the rookie card. And, this is TJ Friel's going to be at this show. So I'm trying to make the math work with TJ. And I can buy this card right now tonight on eBay. I have a couple of these. I like this card. I just like the Chrome Platinum Anniversary cards. And right now I can buy it for about $50 delivered to me. Okay. Or I could buy this 12, I can buy this Heritage red border for $12.99. And for me, it's like I would rather have this card with a red ink autograph because I know not everybody and their brother's going to have it. There's not 199 people out there that will have that card. So I'm thinking I should just buy the card and have, pay the $50 or whatever it is. I can't remember what it is for TJ. It's between 50 and 60, if my memory serves me correct. But say it is 60. Now I got $82 or $72 into a Matt McLain autograph. If the autograph's costing 60 and the cool card that I would like to have autographs costing 12, at $72, that's almost twice what I could buy a Matt McLain autograph from a pack. So again, I would rather have this, and what I really am thinking about doing is doing this white. I think a red autograph on this white card would look fabulous. But is it worth the extra money, and could I ever recoup my money? Now, I might buy one for my personal collection and would enjoy it and be glad to have it. But again, how are people making money with modern day autographs? That's really what I'm trying to wrap my mind around, and any insights you can provide will be helpful. Now, let me just share with you a couple of things that I'm seeing. I'm seeing a big gap between the Bowman Chrome cards in PSA 10 and the Bowman Chrome cards that are autoed in PSA 10. And you can see Roman Anthony just came up with the Red Sox, a lot of hype around this guy. There's a $650 difference. And the main thing that I'm thinking from this perspective is if you're going to invest in a Bowman Chrome auto of any player, it probably makes sense to get their autograph. Am I missing something? It probably makes sense to pay the extra now, as you'll see why in a minute, but pay the extra now and go ahead and get the autographed card. And I might be missing something, but if I am, please let me know. But I just looked at these, and here's Jackson Holiday, and these are really current prices right now on eBay. And you can see the difference with Jackson is $1,700 today. And again, I understand people that invested a lot for his autograph card don't want to let him go, even though, the jury's still out on Jackson Holiday. Who knows what's going to happen to these cards? I mean, they could drop a lot further than they already have. And you can see the market. This is from Market Movers, obviously, but you can see how this Jackson Holiday Bowman draft, just his first card has gone over, it peaked up here, what is it, around $55, $60 just for the basic card. And now it's in the $16, $17 mark at $16.50. You can see how this card has really dropped off, and it could go a lot lower. Here's his auto. You can see his auto at one time was approaching $1,600, and now it's down to $565. So you got to be careful when you're investing, obviously, in prospects. And I don't understand, I go back and I look at the people, and I wouldn't, there's no way I would invest in Roman Anthony at this point. I wouldn't. And I hope and I think he's going to be fabulous. I've read a lot about this kid. I've seen some video on him. I think he's got a lot of X factor, a lot of competitiveness. I like him a lot, but I think these prices are probably going to continue to go up. But as they did with Jackson Holiday, and again, you just got to remember, what can happen. And again, I'm brain dumping. I apologize. This probably is the best deal I've found when I'm just starting to look at this. This is Pete Crow Armstrong's had a phenomenal month. I like the way the kid plays. He's very competitive. He's just a dog on the field, goes after it. But right now, at the time of this video, I could buy his regular first draft Bowman for 120, and it's only a few more dollars, 80 less than $100 more, $83 difference, and I get that card autoed. And if what I've seen is over time, the gap between the PSA 10 of the card and the same card autographed, that gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on. So if that pattern plays out, and correct me again if I'm missing something here, but if that pattern plays out, then when you're going to, if you want to invest in one of these cards, then you should invest in the autograph from my perspective. From my perspective. But to me, this looked really good. And then just some other examples here. You got Acuna. The difference is $1,080 on Gunnar Henderson, which I could have had Gunnar Henderson. I could have done his autograph last year, and I probably should have. I didn't. I should have. But the difference right now with Gunnar's $1,400 between his regular, PSA 10 card and his autographed card. Ellie, $908 difference currently. So should I take this card and have it autographed at this show coming up? I've got a ton of them that I haven't sent into PSA yet. So again, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the right move. And this is probably the thing that I'm looking at the most seriously right now. And it's really blowing my mind. And this is probably the way one of the things I'm definitely going to do at this show. So right now, his Heritage, just base Heritage, is selling for $48. The Blue Ink autograph that Pack pulled is selling for $1,200. That's a huge gap. Now, this is what I find fascinating. The Blue Ink and the Red Ink right now is numbered to 75, and it's selling for $3,250. So the Red Ink numbered to 75 is selling for about 3 times, almost 3 times, 2.5 times what the Blue Ink is. And the auto version is astronomically higher than the non-auto. So there's a $1,152 difference between the regular PSA 10 and the autographed Blue Ink, and between the Blue Ink and the Red Ink, it's another $2,050 difference. Now, here's the question. What would a Red Ink auto on the image variation card sell for? That's the question. That was the brain tweak for me. What would a Red Ink autograph on the image variation card, which is short print, what would that be worth? What kind of demand would that have in the marketplace? So if the normal autograph or the normal Heritage goes for 48, and the image variation autograph, or not the image variation, but the regular autograph Red Ink goes for 32, and this card goes for 119. The question obviously is, what would a Red Ink auto hand signed of this image variation card go for? And how would you price that if you had them? That's what I'm trying to wrap my mind around. So again, just a couple more examples here. Jackson Curio, love this guy. $1,200 difference. Bobby Witt Jr., $585 difference. $685 difference for Corbin Carroll. And it seems like the more iconic the player and the older the card, the higher the differential in the prices. Because you can see Judge here is almost, what's $2,653 difference between the auto and the regular card. And then this one really blew my mind. Ohtani, $12,140 difference between the Ohtani 2018 Chrome first Ohtani rookie card, PSA 10, and the same card autographed, $12,140 difference. Huge gap. But again, iconic player, one of a kind, the GOAT. I mean, in my mind, him and Judge are the two guys right now in baseball. And you can see Judge's, there's a $2,600 difference, and with Ohtani, it's over $12,000. So again, I'm just trying to get a clear perspective on this, because it seems the more iconic the player, the older the card, the higher the differential. But this is something I don't understand. I mean, I can go right now on eBay. I can buy a Barry Larkin Donruss rookie or a Topps rookie. You can see right here at about $30. If I want to take one of these cards to the show and have Barry sign it, how is much? It's costing me $87.50, almost 3 times what I can buy the card for on eBay. How do you make the math work with something like that? Here's this one blew my mind as well. Frank Thomas, right now, I can go buy it now. Frank Thomas, 1990 Topps rookie card, autograph, $10. One just sold, $10. Another one sold, his score sold for $30. If I want to take these cards to the show and have Frank autograph them, which was what I was considering doing, it's $87.50 to have a card autograph. How do you make the math make sense? Robin Yount, here's another, blew my mind. A Robin Yount rookie card recently sold, not graded, but sold for $56. If I want to take my Robin Yount rookie and have him sign it, it's costing me $128.50. So I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this market, because a PSA 9 card with a 10 auto just sold for $170. Now, would I rather pay $170 on eBay and already have it graded and authenticated, or would I rather take my Robin Yount, pay $128, and then send it to PSA for authentication and grading, which is going to cost me about $50? I just can't make the math make sense. Again, with Bo Jackson, I can buy his autograph Fleer, autograph rated rookie from Donruss, $111.99. But if I want to take these cards to the show myself and have him autograph them, it's costing me $153.50. I don't understand the math. I feel like I'm missing something. And then I went and I looked, and I thought about, I paid $20, 35 years ago, to have Mario Duncan sign multiple cards for me and Joe Oliver, who were both part of the 1990 World Series championship team, expecting that over time these cards would appreciate and the value of the card autographs would appreciate. And you can see what they're going for right now on eBay. So is it possible to make money with in the autograph market? Now, this has been a success for us, and for the reasons I've already talked about from last year's show, we had these cards autographed, and then this has been a somewhat of a success, even though I think the card should have sold for more than we got for it. This is at the 87 Fleer. It's autograph of both Bo and Eric Davis, two very iconic players from that time. And, to me, that should go for $800,000 easy. But I have a couple for my personal collection. We end up selling one, and I'm okay with that. But I'm just trying to figure out what I'm not seeing in this market. And here's the question I'm asking myself right now. Matt McLain's going to be at this show. I think his autograph is right at $60. Ellie's is, I think, 180. I think 180 or 160. This is a cool card. Resilient Reds. It's them during their rookie season. It's the gold border. I think this card would look phenomenal with the gold ink autograph of Matt and Ellie. I think it would be phenomenal. It would cost me about $250, probably $260 to have that card autographed by both of them. And then if I wanted to send it to PSA and go through that, it's going to be another $50. So if I sent it to PSA and went through the process and had them both autographed, I'd probably have a $315, $20 into this card. I don't think I don't know what you could sell it for. I would like to have it for my own personal collection. To me, if it depending on what happens with them and their career, obviously, McLain started off a terrible sophomore slump this year, but he's starting to pick it up a little bit. He's starting to look like the old McLain. But if these, down the road could I get down the road and this card not even be worth the $325 or $50 I initially invested? Could it be worth $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000? Who knows? Again, it depends upon the careers of these guys. I think that's it. Yeah, that was my brain dump. So again, your feedback is really appreciated. And this is the question I'm really trying to answer for myself. What would this image variation with the red ink auto, what would that be worth? To me, if it was hand signed, Bowman authenticated, maybe it's not going to be worth what a pack pull card would be worth like that. I don't know. But again, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this autograph market, and I'm having a tough time doing it. I really am. I really am. When I looked up what the Joe Olivers are worth today and the Mario Duncan, and they were part of the World Series team, it just kind of was flabbergasting. They're worth 50% less than what I paid to have them done years ago. And anyway, I wanted to share that. I wanted to dump my brain. Your thoughts, comments, emails to me, any insights you can give me would be appreciated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.